Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Caitlyn commentary guide. I'm gonna choose to call all these videos commentary guides now because this is basically what the kind of videos that I used to make a long time ago, but I'm now focused more on like the complete guides and the supplementary guides, which are a lot more educational. The commentary guides have kind of faded out of the channel for quite a couple of months now, but you know, hey, now's the time to bring it back because no point in discussing the build too in depth since it's gonna of course change. Obviously Caitlyn in this build is gonna be focusing on going for the energized kind of combo with the Storm Razor and the RFC, but obviously RFC is getting removed in 4.4 and it's gonna be replaced with the static shift RFC combo. I think it's like the magnetic rifle or something like that. And probably there's gonna be a new Caitlyn build or a lot of new ADC builds using that item. So we're gonna have to wait till we get there to kind of see where this goes. But anyways, regardless, we are here, you know, showing off this Caitlyn gameplay, and we don't have to focus on the build. We can just focus purely on the gameplay. Just look at what we're doing here. So here, look at how we're poking Kai'Sa. Me and Nami are still full health. Kai'Sa is like 1/3 health, and basically when you play Caitlyn into like a matchup like this, like look at this Leona. She's going in, but she can't actually do anything. We're just getting free damage onto her. Like when you're playing Caitlyn into into a tank engager kind of lane, you're really strong, because most of the time, unless the tank engager can engage on you and you can get all in 100 to 0, you can poke them out a lot. Like, so just look at this. So here, Leona tries to go in on Nami. We're getting a lot of free damage on Leona. Leona has to flash the wall. Now Kai'Sa exhausts us, but we can just run her down here. She's really low. We're gonna flash E her auto for the sexy first blood here. And yeah, this is basically the entire game plan. Basically, you poke them down till they're like low, and then when they're forced to commit onto you, that's where you can strike and get the kills. So this is really ideal peak kind of Caitlyn gameplay here. What you really want to do with Caitlyn, just poke them down and make sure that they have no HP and they're basically permanently stuck under tower, trying their best to farm while not getting poked and not getting all in by you. And then when you have an opportunity, that's when you can of course go in on them and then pick up the kill. So here a kind of skirmish breaks out while we are in base, walking out of base, but in the end, at the end of the day, it's back to a 2v2 here with Leona and Kai'Sa. So here we have our headshot. Ideally we want to save this to use it onto Kai'Sa or Leona, but since they're not walking up, we're likely gonna have to use it onto the minions instead. We'll have to see. Here I'm still looking to try to headshot somebody, but nobody's stepping up. So here I'm just going to end up having to headshot the minion. Here I'm not really scared of Leona engaging, because I don't believe that if she engages, she can actually kill me, which is why I can kind of step up and kind of just get in autos. I'm actually level 5 already, and they're still level 3. So here, nice bubble by the Nami. I'm just going to push in the wave here to get them under tower to get make it easier for me to poke. Here you can see I'm getting the headshot onto the Kai'Sa, auto onto the Leona, trying to hit the Q through the minions onto them if I can, but not always possible. So here you can see I'm getting a lot of damage onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is nearly actually dead just from the poke. And here you can do the standard Caitlyn trick, which is to attack tower slash them while putting traps under the tower. Here you can see I'm just making it really difficult for them to walk under their own tower, and at the same time getting in a lot of damage. Kai'Sa's below half already, and Leona is not really in the best of shapes as well. Here you can see Kai'Sa's actually recalling here. So here what we're going to do is, since she's recalled, we're just going to focus on going for the tower plates. Leona tries to go in, but she really can't do anything by herself. In fact, she's taking a lot of damage and she's actually nearly dead. Here actually, the reason why I stood still there was I was trying to ult, but she actually went out of vision, so I couldn't actually ult. So here Kai'Sa's back in the lane. Leona must have recalled because she was really low, and now we're stuck in the same kind, not stuck, but we have the same kind of situation where we're a 2v1 against the Kai'Sa. We decide to actually reset here because Kai'Sa actually has more items than us at the moment, so we want to basically get our item components for our Storm Razor so that we are more even in terms of items with the Kai'Sa. Because obviously, even if you're ahead, there's no point being ahead if you don't spend your gold, because you're not really ahead if you never actually bought the items. So here, because Kai'Sa back, we're gonna back as well, get the items, and now we're gonna hit back into lane with a 1k gold lead over the Kai'Sa. And now we're gonna hit back here and see if we can actually get in more poke on her and possibly look for more kills. Now obviously the main issue with this kind of playstyle is the fact that it's really easy for you to get ganked and killed, which is why me and Nami both have control wards that we're putting in the river constantly to see if Invisible Twitch is coming in to actually gank us, which for now he is not. So, you know, this puts us in a really good spot where you can see here once again another headshot onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is now like back to 2/3 HP, and now we're hitting onto Leona as well. Of course, we're using our E to run away here. Twitch finally comes in for the gank. Leona actually hits a really good ult. Kai'Sa ults in as well, but here you can see that because of how much we chunked them out, we're actually just straight up winning 2v3. Here Kai'Sa runs straight into a root, nearly actually dies. Leona goes in to save her. Nami gets the kill, and Lux gets the kill. So overall, we basically just won a 2v3 there. Of course, Lux finished off the kill, but that easily would have been our kill if we were not quote-unquote KS by the Lux. Anyways, here, with that out the way, we can actually just go straight for the dragon because their jungler is dead, their bot lane is dead. It's a free dragon. And off this dragon, we're instantly going to back. Wave is sort of actually frozen outside the tower now, but I do expect the Kai'Sa to actually push out that wave. The enemy wave is slow building, and the wave will slowly be actually pushing towards us, assuming Morgana does not touch the wave, which it does look like that is the case. So the wave is slowly going to come to us here, and you can see the wave still building towards us, and this is really good because we can just basically farm the wave here. We thin out the wave a little bit so that it's easier to chunk down the wave in case we want to poke them. Headshot onto Kai'Sa again. And here we're basically back into the same situation where we're pushing them into the tower, getting the Storm Razor auto onto Leona with the red buff as well. Unfortunately, Q does not hit anybody. Headshot charged up, headshot onto Leona again. Leona now on half HP here. Now, the problem here is because of the aggro onto Leona, the tower is actually focusing because of the red buff. So you can see here we're actually taking tower shots unnecessarily, once again setting up the trap line below that tower to basically make sure that they can't walk past the trap line, because if they do, they're likely to just get a lot take a lot of damage even if they avoid the traps themselves. So here we've gotten the wave pushed in again, and we're just going for the tower basically. At this point, we're trying to force the first tower. Trap line is basically up, and they really can't do anything about it. So we do get the first tower of the game. Huge lead over the Kai'Sa now. We're over 2k gold ahead of the Kai'Sa, and Nami's also like 2k gold ahead of the Leona, so huge like 4k gold lead in bot overall, which is basically making up our entire lead on the enemy team. Like if you notice, we have a 4k gold lead on the enemy team, and that gold lead is basically entirely on me and Nami, more or less. In fact, like Aatrox is actually 1k gold ahead of the Akali, and yeah. So anyways, here I'm trying to defend the tower here. And here I'm just trying to auto down the Leona. Leona ends up being way more tanky than I expected, so I take really long to actually kill her. And by this time, Kai'Sa's actually gotten me really low. And with the Collector in hand, she actually manages to finish off the kill on me, which is pretty unfortunate because she does get the shutdown. And basically, kind of, doesn't really negate that what we did in the early game, because we still have over 1k gold lead ahead of the Kai'Sa, but it definitely diminishes the lead that we could have gone against her. So this is kind of, I wouldn't say it's a major mistake, but it is definitely a pretty tragic mistake here, because we never really want to give the enemy team a way back into the game. That's kind of bad. However, we're still in a really good state overall. Lux is also really fat. She's 5-0. So overall, our team is doing pretty well on 3 fronts: mid, support, and bot. Of course, Akali and Morgana not doing the best. Akali especially is kind of really behind the Aatrox, but Morgana still maintaining farm against the Twitch, so overall it's still looking pretty good for our team. Here with the tower down, we're actually rotating over to mid lane, and it's really complicated because Lux actually roamed top, so we're roaming mid, and now Akali's kind of roaming bot, so the lane assignments are just really weird. Here Twitch for some reason tries to 1v1 me even though like I'm really fat. Here he's out of vision again, so I'm gonna flash forward to get the vision to get the ulti onto the Twitch, which we do manage to finish off the kill onto him. So yeah, I mean, I really don't know what this Twitch was thinking. The 0-4 Twitch trying to go for the 3-1 Caitlyn, not really a good idea. So yeah, here our feeding Akali is trying to steal farm from us, so we're just gonna have to kite the Raptors away from her to secure all the farm. But anyways, here we can go down to bot lane and pick up the farm here as well. For some reason, Akali is more interested in farming the jungle instead of actually farming the bot lane, which she could have very easily actually just farmed. But yeah, anyways, here we are going to be able to back and pick up our rapid fire cannon. Now, especially when you're super duper far ahead, this like rapid fire cannon auto onto someone, especially if it's a headshot, is going to do a lot of damage. Now we're going to see if we can actually see this in this upcoming dragon fight here, because we are probably going to auto someone before the dragon fight to get down the poke. but we're gonna see if we can actually find someone here to poke. So we're gonna get the auto onto Aatrox. Of course, Aatrox is tanky and he's fed, so not a lot of damage dealt to the Aatrox there. Here we're kind of getting CC'd at the moment. Twitch is really, really low. Aatrox flashes in. And here we're going to actually back off a little bit because we're getting really low as well. We're tanking a lot of damage, which we didn't want to. And here you can see with the range, we're still trying to run down the Aatrox with the range. Storm Razor slow comes in, but Caitlyn's there to cover. We don't want to overcommit here because Twitch is still somewhere behind us. I think he managed to actually nearly kill the Nami there. So yeah, really risky situation here. We're just going to actually back to just get our health a little bit, and also to get our BF sword, which is a pretty huge power spike at this point because we don't actually have a lot of AD in this build. So this BF sword is actually a lot of AD. So here we're headed back to the dragon, of course with the first dragon already. We're trying to play for the triple dragon win condition. Here Lux tries to set a trap, so we actually join in here, but we actually end up getting spotted by the plant here. So despite that, we're still just piling up here. Aatrox goes in on us. I E a little bit too slow, but we end up killing the Aatrox anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. Leona tries to go in on us, but misses the E despite the fact that we're stunned. And Leona's just really getting chunked down here. We're just going to finish off the kill on Leona. Kaisa has to run for the hills. Ulti onto Kaisa just for the damage. I'm going to let my team try to finish that off. In the meanwhile, I'm just going for the dragon here. Just going for the objectives. And yeah, 6, 1, and 5 at this point. Super duper fed. Lux is also super duper fed. And yeah, it's honestly, game should be pretty much over at this point. Actually, enemy team just surrendered, so the game is actually over. So yeah, there we have it. Really short video. You can see how dominant Caitlyn can be if you play her properly. And it's going to be the same in patch 4.4 with the magnetic rifle or whatever the item's going to be called. But here, you guys can see, I'm going to leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.